There's loads of things going around at the moment, including a big clash with Canelo ALvarez. Can you tell us what's going on in that situation, and can that happen next?
We shall see, you know. Who knows?
Negotiating with Terence Crawford directly for a main fight. Any truth to that?
No, I'm working in other things. Now I'm enjoying my family. I'm not talking about boxing yet. So maybe in January we gonna start.
Two of boxing's biggest names, Canelo ALvarez and Terence Crawford, are both open to stepping into the ring against each other. Meanwhile, the atmosphere heats up as Crawford dives into the potential explosive showdowns at 154 pounds. With a fiery passion, he reveals that the division is brimming with thrilling challenges. The air is electric with possibility as Crawford teases that he's ready to take on anyone who dares step into the ring with him. His words hint at a future full of high-stakes battles, and the boxing world can't help but buzz with anticipation.
So is there still sort of fights at 154? Obviously you're champion at 154. Still a lot of fights out there that interest you at 154 pounds?
There's a lot of fights out there at 154, you know, that's interesting me. That interests me. You know, like I said, the future is bright. The sport is going in the right direction. So we shall see where Terence Crawford leads.
Next, the question of where Crawford's next fight will take place ignites even more excitement. Saudi Arabia, a rising hub for epic boxing events, is brought up, and while Crawford doesn't give a definitive answer, he leaves the door wide open. With a strategic calmness, he suggests that he's carefully considering all his options, implying that the next move will be monumental. The suspense builds as fans are left wondering where this boxing legend will choose to make his next move.
For yourself, I know obviously last fight being in LA under a Riyadh season show, is it likely that your next fight will be in Saudi Arabia?
Who knows? You know, like I said, you know, we got to weigh our options and see what makes sense for Terence Crawford and his career.
And then the ultimate showdown, the fight everyone's been talking about, Canelo ALvarez. Crawford's eyes sparkle as he acknowledges the hype surrounding the potential clash, but he's playing it cool. It could happen. He teases, but he's not giving anything away just yet. The tension rises as he masterfully keeps the possibility alive while keeping fans on the edge of their seats. Will it happen? Only time will tell, but the prospect of this legendary bout sends shockwaves through the boxing world.
Loads of things going around at the moment, including a big clash with Canelo ALvarez. Can you tell us what's going on in that situation, and can that happen next?
We shall see, you know. Who knows?
That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no?
I'm just saying, man, we can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that it is. So, you know, let's all just wait and see.
Terence, is it still...
Canelo drops a bombshell, revealing he's open to direct negotiations with Turkey Al Sheikh. No middlemen, no barriers. If the business deal is right, he's ready to dive in head first. It's a bold move, showing Canelo's relentless drive and hunger for opportunities that align with his goals. The stakes are high, and he's ready to take the reins of any conversation that comes his way.
Turkey said he would like to open a line of communication with you. No middlemen, just you and him.
I never say no to business. So if it is a business for me, I'm open to talk, no matter what.
Rumors of a showdown with Terence Crawford? Canelo shuts it down with confidence, revealing he's not talking boxing right now. Instead, he's soaking up quality time with his family, keeping his focus away from the ring. But don't be fooled. This is just the calm before the storm. He hints that January could spark the return of some serious negotiations, and when Canelo's ready, the game changes.
Social media news floating around saying that you could potentially be negotiating with Terence Crawford directly for a main fight. Any truth to that?
No, now I'm working in other things. Now I'm enjoying my family. I'm not talking about boxing yet. So maybe in January we gonna start.
Similarly, pro boxer Dimitri Bivol recently disclosed that he had a conversation with Terence Crawford regarding the possibility of Crawford facing Canelo ALvarez in the ring. Bivol, who previously defeated ALvarez in a light heavyweight bout, shared his perspective and offered advice based on his own experience fighting the Mexican superstar. He expressed confidence in Crawford's ability to move up in weight and challenge ALvarez, emphasizing Crawford's skill set and adaptability as key factors in such a matchup.
Fight Canelo. You fought Canelo. Would you tell him to take the fight or not take the fight?
We were talking about him, of course.
And what did he say? What did he ask you?
He wants to fight him, of course. I asked him, the first question, to be honest, was how is the fight He said, I want, but I cannot see from that side.
Alex Rocha offered an insightful perspective on Crawford's strengths and ring IQ, emphasizing that weight classes exist for a reason. He acknowledged that Canelo has faced opponents who were significantly larger and stronger, which speaks to his resilience. However, Rocha didn't rule out Terence Crawford entirely, highlighting his impressive technical skills and ability to compete at a high level even against Alvarez. While Rocha praised Crawford's boxing intelligence, he ultimately leaned toward Canelo, believing that Alvarez's vast experience could give him the edge in a potential matchup.
Amir Khan, that's my
I
opinion.
mean, Terence Crawford, yes, there is weight classes for a reason. Canelo is a lot bigger. Crawford has that, he also has a good size to him where he has that good size and he has that reach and he has that boxing IQ. That's the most important thing when it comes to a boxing game is the IQ. You know, I think Crawford will hold his own very good in that fight. But I will lean a little bit more towards Canelo given the fact that he's more experienced and he's been in there with bigger guys.
Additionally, Alexis Rocha pointed out that there would be a significant 30-pound weight difference between Canelo and Crawford on fight night. He mentioned that Crawford is likely to rehydrate to around 1 to 75 pounds, while Canelo would be closer to 1 to 80 pounds, adding another layer of complexity to the potential matchup.
30-pound difference.
Is it 30-pound difference?
Something like that. Canelo will be
a 20-pound difference.
No, on fight night.
Fight night, yeah.
Canelo's gonna be like 180 something.
He'll be 180
and Crawford's
something,
gonna be what? 150, 160?
175. Yeah.
And also the power. A guy that big and Canelo's very smart, very so best feints in boxing.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it looks like one-sided, like a payday, but you know both of them, and
So you got Canelo on that fight?
oh, easy.
Easy?
One hand, one leg, one eye.
Oh, shit.
Boxing analyst Jim Lampley voiced major concerns for Terence Crawford at his current weight class, noting that he had witnessed Canelo's overwhelming power at 168 pounds. Lampley expressed doubt that Crawford, with his smaller frame, would have the size and strength needed to overcome Canelo, emphasizing the physical mismatch that could prove problematic in a potential showdown.
I love Terence Crawford, and I want him to have what he wants. But off of what I saw tonight and what I saw in Los Angeles last month when Crawford was fighting Madrimov, I am more than ever concerned that he's not big enough.
Meanwhile, following Canelo Alvarez's recent unanimous decision victory over Edgar Berlanga at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, where Alvarez showcased his skill and endurance in a dominant performance, several boxers swiftly emerged as potential challengers for the Mexican champion. After Canelo's win, Terence Crawford, fresh off his own dominant performance at welterweight, posted a direct message on X. "Put me in the game, coach." Crawford, known for his remarkable versatility and technical prowess, hinted at his desire to step up in weight to challenge Alvarez, signaling his readiness to face the formidable champion in a higher weight class. Additionally, earlier at the highly anticipated UFC 306, held just 3 kilometers from the T-Mobile Arena, Turki Al-Sheikh was in attendance, as both Terence Crawford and Al-Sheikh seized the moment to challenge Canelo Alvarez. While Crawford hinted at a potential clash with Alvarez through his tweet, Al-Sheikh also made his intentions clear, further adding fuel to the speculation of an upcoming showdown with the Mexican champion.
We're here at the Speak Feel Me. What you doing next?
We want financials.
Tell them we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's
him.
go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
After taking care of business against Edgar Berlanga in a dominant, unanimous decision victory, Canelo Alvarez swiftly shut down Terence Crawford's challenge with a blunt message: not interested. Alvarez, who has already cemented his legacy as one of the top fighters in the world, made it clear that he has his own plans in motion, particularly focusing on bigger challenges in his current weight class. Despite Crawford's strong appeal and his desire to move up in weight for a potential showdown, Canelo emphasized that he isn't looking to mix it up with the welterweight champion anytime soon, signaling that his focus remains on other priorities in his illustrious career.
Tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turki Al-Sheikh at the other event across town, put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turki Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
Canelo ALvarez casually shrugged off Terence Crawford's challenge after the welterweight champion had been pushing for a showdown. Calling a potential fight with Crawford easy money, Canelo made it abundantly clear that he didn't view the undefeated welterweight champion as a serious threat. Instead, ALvarez appeared to dismiss the matchup as little more than a quick payday. This came after Crawford had been vocal about moving up in weight to face the Mexican icon, but Canelo, focused on his own career trajectory, didn't take the challenge seriously, further intensifying the rivalry between the two fighters.
Do it.
Why not? Why not? I think Crawford don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter, but for me in my weight class, it's an easy fight for me.
Similarly, Terence Crawford has taken several shots at Canelo ALvarez, accusing him of consistently picking smaller opponents. Crawford has been vocal in calling out Canelo for not stepping up and challenging tougher fighters, claiming that Alvarez's choice of opponents has often been strategically aimed at maintaining an advantage in size and strength. This back and forth only added fuel to the growing rivalry, with Crawford pushing for a real challenge against the Mexican champion, while Canelo remained focused on his own plans.
With all the antics that Canelo is doing and saying in the media and whatnot about the size and he won't get no credit and all this type of things, but Canelo been fighting smaller guys his whole career. Canelo been making his own catch weight for years. You know, Canelo fought a smaller Mayweather. Canelo fought us.
Referring to the weight class difference and money issue Crawford added, I'm pretty sure he didn't make as much money with all those guys, except Mayweather, even Berlanga right now, that he will with me, but yet and still, you know, he have all these excuses why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. Canelo ALvarez improved his record to 62-2-2 after a decisive victory over 27-year-old Edgar Berlanga, who now stands at 22-1. Canelo reflected on the win, stating, "I did good. Before they said I fought older fighters. Now what are they going to say? I fight younger fighters? They always talk I'm the best fighter in the world. It means a lot. It's an honor for me to represent my country on this day. I feel proud about it." Moreover, Terence Crawford revealed that Canelo ALvarez had demanded $200 million to fight David Benavidez and $150 million to face him. Crawford didn't hold back in his response, calling out Canelo and claiming that these steep figures were a clear indication that ALvarez was afraid of the challenge. He argued that Canelo's inflated price tags were nothing more than a strategy to avoid a real fight, believing that facing him could tarnish Alvarez's legacy and put his career at risk. Similarly, a tweet earlier by Turki Al-Sheikh revealed that he had decided not to pursue a fight with Canelo ALvarez anymore. Instead, he announced that he would shift his focus to organizing bigger fights in the US, particularly for Terence Crawford. Furthermore, criticizing Turki Al-Sheikh, Alvarez insisted that any potential collaboration must follow his terms, potentially portraying himself as inflexible and unwilling to compromise. Canelo's stance added another layer of tension to the situation, as he made it clear that he would not entertain any negotiations unless they were fully aligned with his own conditions, signaling a reluctance to entertain offers that didn't meet his standards.
Fight. Look, I don't like the way he talk, and I'm not in this position because of any. I'm in this position if he wants to work with me, it's in my way, not in their way.
Canelo ALvarez emphasizes his respect for everyone he works with, including Turki Al-Sheikh. Canelo makes it clear that any collaboration needs to fit his own terms. He wants to keep things professional and ensure that any deals or interactions are based on mutual respect and understanding. Canelo stresses that respect is a top priority for him, and he expects to be approached and treated accordingly in the boxing world. In response to claims that he's reluctant to fight Crawford, Canelo stated, "I'm not begging for anything. I'm in a strong position, and I'm not pushing to make that fight. I'm focusing on my own business, and I'm doing fine. If you want to make that fight, we can talk about it after my current fight." Former professional boxer Robert Garcia expressed doubts about the feasibility of a Crawford versus Canelo fight, especially after Crawford's recent performance. He questioned whether Crawford, moving up in weight, could handle Canelo's size, strength, and experience at a higher weight class.
That's too much, moving up 2 more weight divisions, 2 more. So thank
Thank you, my man. Thank you. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think that'll bring that.
Robert Garcia talks about the idea of Terence Crawford moving up in weight to fight Canelo ALvarez. He starts by explaining that it's a big leap for Crawford, highlighting the significant challenge of jumping up 2 weight classes. Garcia believes that after Crawford's latest performance, people might not be as excited about the fight. Garcia added, "I think people are not really going to want to see Crawford versus Canelo." Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn highlighted the size disparity between Crawford and ALvarez, emphasizing the significant physical advantages ALvarez would have in the matchup. He pointed out that the size and strength difference could be a major factor in Canelo's favor, making it a challenging fight for Crawford.
I mean, I think Terence that's a question for Terence. For me, 168 is a huge jump. You know, you're talking about someone the size of Canelo ALvarez.
Eddie Hearn emphasizes that weight class disparity could pose a substantial challenge for Crawford. Hearn explains that ALvarez is not only larger, but also possesses greater physical strength, which would provide him with a considerable advantage in a potential matchup. By stating, "You're talking about someone the size of Canelo ALvarez," Hearn emphasizes how ALvarez's superior size and strength could create a significant imbalance, making it difficult for Crawford to compete on equal terms. Additionally, pro boxer Gabriel Rosado shared his thoughts on the Canelo-Crawford matchup, stating that Crawford is truly challenging himself by moving up in weight. Rosado acknowledged that while Crawford is known for his skill and ring IQ, stepping up to face Canelo would test his abilities against a much bigger and stronger opponent.
Knowing that you've been in the ring, you gave your heart and soul to the sport, do you think that it's time for like fans to kind of end this conversation where people should move up multiple weights like Crawford, right? He was an undisputed 147. He just went to 154. Now they're talking about eventually him and Canelo down the road. Like,
but Crawford did that. Okay. Nobody said Crawford should fight Canelo. Crawford's the one that wants to fight Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think it's like the fans. I think it's Crawford just calling out Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing is that when fighters get older, it is natural for them to just move up in weight.
In addition, boxing trainer Jeff Mayweather asserted that after the Madrimov fight, many people will have doubts about Crawford beating Canelo. He pointed out that Crawford's performance in that fight raised questions about his ability to handle a fighter of Canelo's size and experience, suggesting that facing ALvarez might present a tougher challenge than many anticipate.
Think about him fighting Canelo.
I think that if he prepares right for Canelo, he's going to do well. But the one thing is this. I mean, right now, after seeing this fight, a lot of people are going to think that he's not going to be able to beat Canelo. But
thanks for watching. If you're excited about the potential Canelo versus Crawford fight, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Drop your thoughts on the matchup in the comments below. Who do you think would win?